It's your girl Camray and you're watching Camray Music TV, and I'm back with another weekly wrap up. Alright y'all, so we are back with weekly wrap up number 2. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel, like this video, and share the video with all of your friends. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Camray Music TV, and comment down below what you think about this week's weekly wrap up. So we've had a busy week, right? Lots has gone on. We're coming up off of this R. Kelly mess. And speaking of R. Kelly mess, a lot is going down with your boy. Okay, so this Surviving R. Kelly docu-series has sparked a bigger conversation, and we are all talking about just accountability and how we cannot be in situations like this, how we can prevent situations like this instead of encouraging it. A lot of people are realizing that over the years, we were purchasing his music, we were listening to his music. Chance the Rapper was called out for working with R. Kelly, and this is some years back because, as you know, Chance the Rapper is from Chicago as well. And he was also in an interview of him resurfaced of him saying that he was sorry because, you know, he didn't consider the lives or what these black women were going through. He didn't see it as valid. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. And a lot of people were upset about this. Now, the thing is, what he said was the truth. He didn't realize that he didn't value it, and now that he's pointed it out, he's taken it more seriously, and he's decided to speak up more for black women because we are the ones who are constantly talked down on, looked at crazy, and done crazy. And so, you know, a lot of people, I feel like, you know, they were calling him out and they were dragging him, and it's like he pointed out his truth and he decided to do something about it. So why not give people, you know, some credit for growth? Because I feel like people dig up this stuff from people's past and they call them out about it. That's been a big thing this past week, pulling out stuff from the past, calling people out about it and getting them to respond now and apologize for it now. And it's like people grow. They may have one perspective at one time in their life, and then they move through it, and then they realize that they were wrong, or that they were hypocritical, or that they were ignorant to a lot of things. So give people the credit they deserve for growth. Also, a video surfaced of a very young Drake. I think this was 2006. You guys can see it right here. He had a girl on stage with him, but he is seducing her, you know, kind of fondling on her and stuff. And then, you know, he asked her on the mic, "How old are you?" And she says 17. And then, you know, he goes, "Why do you look like that?" And, you know, I think at the time he was maybe 23 or 24. So a lot of people, I saw some dialogue where people were asking if Drake is the new R. Kelly. And you know, it's not just that. That's one video. There's also, you know, lots of child actors like the girl from Stranger Things. There's another girl that he's been photoed with. They're all under 18, and they're well under 18. They're 15, 16, you know, 14. And, you know, they just say that they have like a really close relationship with Drake. So a lot of people are questioning this, and I don't think that there's anything there, but I do feel like I have a few theories. What if the girl from the video was a prop? Sometimes I honestly wonder if Beyonce, when she used to jump out into the crowd, or when she used to be singing to certain people, would they be people that the security and everybody has already briefed, like, you're gonna stand here? Because it's just like that on TV, right? They put this person here, they brief you, and they make it like it's a surprise. So what if that girl was, you know, saying she was 17, but it wasn't really real? Or, you know, I don't know. But it's raising a lot of questions that I feel like wouldn't be questions if people weren't challenging, if people weren't being revealed to R. Kelly's ways. A lot of people are trying to catch this at the, you know, the early stages. And right now we're just all in a dialogue. It's all getting mixed up, and we're throwing all these people in it that just don't belong. I don't think Drake is on any road towards R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly's on that road all by himself, and it's getting worse for him. R. Kelly's daughter spoke out, Joanne Lee Kelly, who also goes by Buku Abi, I guess. And she wrote a long post on her Instagram story, and it reads, Buku here, I just want to say a few things. Before I start, I just want it to be known that I am speaking from the heart. Nothing I say or do not say is to hurt any party reading or affected by this. To the people that feel I should be speaking up or against everything that is going on right now, I just want you all to understand that devastated is an understatement for all that I feel currently. I do apologize if my silence is all that is happening comes off as careless. That is my last intention. I pray for all the families and women who have been affected by my father's actions. Trust, I have been deeply affected by all of this. However, it has been very difficult to process it all, let alone gather all the right words to express everything I feel. Anyone that knows me personally or has been following me throughout the years knows that I do not have a relationship with my father, nor do I speak on him or on his behalf. I also am not fond of dealing with my personal issues or personal life through social media, but I feel things are starting to get out of hand. Unfortunately, for my own personal reasonings and for all my family has endured in regards to him, his life decisions and his last name, it has been years since my siblings and I have seen or have even spoken to him. In regards to my mother, Andrea Lee, she, for the same reasonings and more, has not seen or spoken to my father in years. My mother's siblings and I would never condone, support, or be a part of anything negative he has done and or continues to do in his life. Going through all I have gone through in my life, I would never want anyone to feel the pain I have felt. Reminders of how terrible my father is and how we should be speaking up against him. Rude comments about my family, fabricating me, my siblings and our mother's part, etc. does not help my family. I read that weird. Me, my sister, my brother, and my mother in our healing process. Nor does it allow a safe space for other victims who are scared to speak up. The same monster you all confront me about is my father. I am well aware of who and what he is. I grew up in that house. My choice to not speak on him and what he does is for my peace of mind, my emotional state, and for my healing. I have to do and move in a manner that is best for me. I pray anyone who reads this understands I put nothing but good intent behind each word. It took me nearly 3 days to write this. I just want everyone to know that I do care and I love you all. This is a very difficult subject to speak on. Again, I apologize if my words don't come out right. To everyone who reached out to my family and I, sending good energy and love, thank you. You guys really helped us push through this hard time. This past year for my family has been very difficult. All the love and support you all continue to show us is why we keep going. You all fuel us. Family, friends, followers, fans, etc. I love you guys to pieces. Your love is appreciated and always will be reciprocated. For anyone new to my page, I just ask when you come here, bring peace and nothing else. You guys know that recently another victim has come out and accused R. Kelly of sexual abuse. Her name is Danielle Williams, who's a 36-year-old resident of Michigan. And she said that she was lured in by R. Kelly when she was just 16 years old. So I guess R. Kelly's team was going to come up with a Facebook page and it was going to be called Surviving Lies. His fans got wind of it. They put it up and got it all put together. And Facebook found out and snatched it right on down. You're bullying and you're basically victim shaming. So they snatched it off. They also said that he is under criminal investigation right now in Atlanta, Georgia. We also found out that R. Kelly was evicted from that music studio in Chicago, the one where Azriel's parents are throwing rocks in the series on that last episode. That very studio he has been evicted out of. Lots of celebrities have decided to mute R. Kelly. Celebrities including Jada Pinkett Smith, Tank, Nick Cannon, The Game. All kinds of people have come out. And you guys know John Legend was actually in the docuseries. And so people are finally standing up and speaking out, and it's about time, right? So it is getting very real for R. Kelly. I guess this is karma. I guess everything, all the wrongdoing that he has done is all coming back on him at this point. The Surviving R. Kelly series, Lifetime said that that was the most ratings that they've ever had on anything on their channel. So it got a lot of buzz going. Now this raises another conversation of all of this resurfacing of old footage. I don't really know how I feel about it. People are Googling and searching through people's old Twitters, and they're pulling up old videos of them saying and doing all types of things, and they are calling people out. And you know, I don't know how I feel, because you learn and you grow and you evolve over so many things. Drea Kelly had released a video and she's singing R. Kelly's song in the video, And a lot of people were like, well, if you're so hurt and bruised and battered and, you know, your life was so bad, why are you singing to his music and telling people to forget about the accusations and to go out and buy his music and support him? It is kind of backwards, y'all. And, you know, all I can say is that you cannot tell victims how to victim. You can't tell people, you can't tell survivors how to survive. It is kind of hard to believe in someone's story when they are acting like that. But there's so many layers to this R. Kelly stuff. I really hate that we're still talking about it. But it's raising a bigger conversation, you know, and everybody's tying it to so many different things. There have been sexual harassment allegations on Touré, the guy who interviewed R. Kelly, who, when R. Kelly was like, how young are we talking, in that infamous interview. There's been sexual misconduct allegations on AJ from 106th and Park back in the day. So there's a lot going on. You know, you guys are comparing Drake to R. Kelly. It's just a lot going on, and I just hope that, you know, we're raising this conversation, we're holding people responsible for things, and yeah, that's great, but at the same time. So guys, I just hope that all this is valid. We just want to move on. We want to have positive and light in our weeks, and we want to talk about more encouraging and motivating things. Speaking of old stuff, Santana was on Angela Yee's Lip Service, that is her podcast, and they were talking about men. You know, Lip Service is a sexual type of podcast that Angela Yee has had for a while, and I guess they were talking about different men, their preference of men. Sin says that she likes the black men, and we know that because she's with Joe Budden now, right? And they're happily engaged and have a whole child. Let me not misquote her. She says, black guys cater to us Spanish girls. Okay, so it raised a lot of issues with many people, because you guys know that a lot of people associate Dominicans, which I think she's Dominican, with black people, like Cardi B. You know, they're questioning, you know, does she identify as black? You know, she looks black. Her and Hennessy kind of look black, but then, you know, they're Hispanic, Afro, Latina. Do you guys identify as black? What is that all about? I don't really know. I don't really care. But I do care about statements made like this. Now, what I will say is, was she just saying the truth? And it was just ugly that maybe she's had lots of black boyfriends in the past and they've told her that while she's walking on the streets, just saying, you got something that no black girl, no sister could ever give me. You guys know that black women are the most oppressed out of every single group on earth right now. We know that. We're finding that out. So for her to say that back then, it's not like it's a surprise. I know everybody loves Sin. We all love Sin. But remember, she's young. I think she's 26 now, and this was 3 or 4 years ago. So ignorance, it goes away as you learn new things in life, and it's okay to grow. It's okay to evolve. But she did release an apology, and it was very long. But I just want to say, I ain't reading it. And she did release an apology, and she said she wants to start a dialogue because she's not proud of what she said. She realizes how it can be offensive. She apologized for it. Y'all forgive Sin and move on. We love some Sin Santana, okay? She didn't mean no harm. She was just, you know, product of her environment, unfortunately. All right, so Wendy Williams, she was supposed to be back on her show after she fractured her shoulder and the allegations of her husband knocking up his mistress came out. But then Monday came and she was nowhere to be found, and she pushed back her show another week to January 14th. Well, it was released today that the show will in fact return Monday, January 14th with a panel of hot talkers. And that's it. She'll be back January 21st. Now, I guess they're saying that she's still recovering, but Wendy, we want to know what's really good. Something else is going on. Something else is going on, and y'all know Wendy Williams, she's not going to tell anything. Pastor John Gray, okay, Pastor John Gray has become the celebrities pastor, okay? We keep seeing him in all the reality shows. We like him because he keeps it real. Him and his wife were on the Breakfast Club, and you know, he was out here at the Lakewood Church at Pastor Joel Osteen's church, and him and his wife and family recently moved to either North Carolina or South Carolina to pastor Relentless Church. Now, I have questions. One being, why is the church called Relentless Church? Such a weird name. They recently moved out there and started pastoring that church. Now, him and his wife were on the pulpit about to begin his sermon, and they were sharing testimonies of how, everyone sees these smiling faces and they're holding each other's hands, and he's saying, y'all don't know that we were on the brink of a divorce just 2 years ago. Just natural stuff that you should want to share with your congregation when you're brand new. Get all the skeletons out, so that they're not hearing rumors and feeling like they can't trust you as a pastor. I like this tactic. Let everyone know everything that's going on. The part that I didn't like, I don't like when pastors, make mistakes or have sins just like everyone else, transgressions just like everyone else, and try to loop it in with this whole godly, I was raggedy, but she's so great for taking me back type of, that was the devil, and we told that devil get out. And I don't know how I feel about that. Lord, I don't believe that the devil just takes over and you just start doing horrible things. I do believe that the devil might tempt you and you succumb or you give in to that temptation. And, even if you're a pastor, that happens. But you are the one leading the flock. You're the one leading, the sheep. You're the shepherd. So you're kind of more equipped than everyone else to handle what's going on. So he was just kind of saying, who are we supposed to go to when we're hurt? And they start talking, and it was very cryptic. You had to read between the lines. He wasn't himself. He started dealing with that devil, and I told that devil, that strange devil, that, to get out. And he was in his 16-year-old self frame of mind, and that's not the man that I had married, and all of this. And I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about the grace. I do believe they're going to bounce back, because a lot of people, the congregation was getting hyped up off of this. But it did kind of make me side eye, like this whole Lamborghini that he bought. A lot of people were saying, oh, did he use the church's money for this? He said, no, he had been saving, so that wasn't a thing. He bought the car for his wife. Cool. He's like a famous pastor. But my thing is just, if you cheated, that's between y'all, honestly. It ain't between us. But when you get up on your pulpit and you kind of try to mix and intermingle it with, the word and the devil this, that's kind of where I get lost. So I don't know. I'm just bringing y'all the news. They saying that he done cheated and somebody pregnant. So Kevin Hart recently said that it's not his dream, his life's dream, to be an LGBTQ ally. Okay, so you guys know that tweets recently, maybe a month or two ago, tweets had resurfaced of Kevin Hart going back and forth with a friend, a much less famous Kevin Hart, saying, using the F word against gays and saying homophobic slurs and, just talking mess to his friends on Twitter. Okay, he apologized back then, but remember, he was much less famous. All right, and so they wanted him to host the Oscars, the ones coming up, and in order for him to do that, they needed him to apologize for the tweets. He came out, he said that he wasn't going to apologize because he felt like he already did apologize. He ain't apologizing again. After saying that, he said he wasn't going to host the Oscars, and then said he wasn't going to apologize, then apologized. Then he went on Ellen. Ellen gave him all this space and opportunity to say what was really good. He said that he's been insensitive. He works with a lot of people in the gay community and the industry, including Ellen herself. It was kind of going on and on and on and on and on. And she's basically asking him, maybe you should host the Oscars. He goes on to apologize again, say that he's not going to apologize, just to apologize again. And there was a whole lot of apologies going on. Then Don Lemon speaks out. This is after he goes on Sirius XM and Good Morning America. And it's a whole lot, okay? Everybody wants him to apologize because they want him to realize his power, his influence. And Don Lemon asked him, why don't you be an ally for our community? And Kevin Hart says, although he apologizes, he loves everyone in the community. He believes everyone should be able to do what they want to do. It is not his life dream to be an ally. We've been talking about some dark things, so we're going to move on towards some lighter things. Khia and P or Q or P's and Q's. Okay, y'all know him as the manager for City Girls and also the baby daddy for Lyra Galore. Now, I don't know how that happened. She probably saw a bag and secured it because I know she didn't see no attraction there. But anyway, I guess Khia, you know, recently she dropped a video where she was dragging Q or P or PQ or QP, and she was basically like, you know, you let them dirty city girls use my song, My Neck and My Back. On their song Quality Control, she is going off in this video. She's basically saying, I want my money. You paid all these other people, pay me my money, and basically calling him out. Well, usually people like to go back and forth with Khia, you know, and they always lose. This time, P said, I'm not here to play with you. I got receipts and that is it. He posted, you know, that he paid the publisher. She never got the publishing for the song apparently, so she doesn't own the rights for the song. The only song that she's pretty much known for other than the Janet Jackson track. And Q let us know, like, y'all think your girl owns a song and she really don't, so she's talking all this mess for no reason. And yeah, we paid the right person. So Khia, girl, I know that you just got that new body. You look good, but this right here, it was a L. You took a L. I do have an update on the Jasmine Brown story. You guys know that that was the young lady that was shot and killed in a drive-by out here in Houston with her mother and her siblings leaving Walmart, and they said that it was a white guy in a red pickup truck. Remember I showed the drawing just last week? Well, it was found that 2 black men were actually the suspects in this shooting, and they were in fact the ones that shot and killed Jasmine Barnes. So she had her homegoing service, and hopefully her mom can get some closure now that the suspects are locked away. Santonio Brown was granted clemency after serving 15 years in prison for killing the man who bought her for sex when she was just 16 years old. She has been granted clemency and she will be released to parole supervision in August of this year. So thank God. You know, it took a long time. I'm sure she's super emotional. All her 20s gone. She is 30 years old now. So we are praying for her mental health. We are praying for her as she comes up out of this. And yeah, congratulations to Santonio Brown. All right, y'all, so it's time for our honorable mentions portion of this video. We're just gonna skim through a few things that I feel like need to be mentioned. Meek Mill wants us to stop wearing our lace fronts, and I say, heck no, we won't go. He released a tweet where he was basically, you know, actually he released a series of tweets where he was sharing, you know, his stories of lace fronts and how he was hitting some girl from the back and then pulled a little too much and the lace moved back. And another time he seen a girl and she was with her friends and her lace was back too much and he could see the cap and her friends didn't even tell her about it. And we have all experienced stuff like this, okay? We may not have had people around to observe it, but I've been, you know, in the car on the way somewhere and my wig just slipped back a little bit too much, or my wig's a little bit too down, or you know, it's starting to come up because I refuse to use glue because I appreciate edges. So we've all been in the position, but I need Meek Mill to know that it's very unrealistic to, 1, tell women how they can have their hair, to 2, believe that with all the developments in lace fronts that they're going anywhere. They aren't going anywhere. Closures and frontals are the best invention known to man. Okay, we used to get these sew-ins and have to worry about the leave out having breakage from, you know, constantly flat ironing, but now you can put it all away for just a few dollars more. No, Meek Mill, we're not gonna do it. Robert Townsend wants a Baps reboot. I say, you know, I don't care. Everybody's getting in where they fit in with these reboots. Why can't him and Halle Berry get in where they fit in? What do y'all think? Y'all want another Baps? Let me know. Marsai Martin wrote her first movie, The Little. Okay, it has come into fruition. It's gonna be coming out in February. It is starring Issa Rae and Regina Hall. So big ups to Marsai Martin. Y'all know her from Blackish. And she basically wrote this movie, teamed up with someone who could make it happen, and here it is on the big screen. That right there is black girl magic, for real, for real. Speaking of Regina Hall, she recently became the first black woman to receive the New York Film Critics Circle Award for Best Actress. Come on, black girl magic, okay? Now, right now, currently on the Shade Room, the Jasmine brand, I see a lot of comments going back and forth between 50 Cent, Dame Dash, Funk Flex, and Nick Cannon. Don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna find out. Next week, we're gonna talk about it, all right? So that has been your weekly wrap up. I'm Kemray, and this is Kemray Music TV. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to my channel. Like this video, share this video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kemray Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!